Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hugo and today we're going to see what's going to be the best stocks for this week. We're going to have a look over the market analysis and check out what's going on with the growth stocks, and also we're going to see my portfolio. So let's have a look. Before we start the video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Only 3.9% of my viewers are subscribers and I need your help to reach that 1000 subscribers. So smash that button. Let's get back to the video. So we're starting the week with PBA, which is Pembina Pipeline Corp, and they have a dividend yield of 6.50%. They pay monthly, which is much better than other stocks that I have on my portfolio at the moment, like ET, for example, Energy Transfer, which has around 5.58% of dividend yield, and they pay quarterly. This one pays monthly, and in terms of the financial health, it's quite similar. Both have a financial health of a B, with around the difference between not even 1 billion of assets and liabilities, and ET is almost the same thing. And in terms of market sentiment, both has a buy. The biggest difference between PBA and Energy Transfer is this pays monthly and ET pays quarterly. And the other thing is this one is undervalued in 32.8%, where Energy Transfer is undervalued in around 60% at the moment. So that's why my portfolio is also so undervalued, because I have stocks on my portfolio which has more than 60%, and ET is one of those. But in terms of PBA, this pay much higher dividend yield and they pay monthly. In terms of compound interest, this is much more interesting than Energy Transfer. The only thing here in terms of growth is ET has more growth than this, although the earnings forecasts are estimated to grow around 45.5% per year. In terms of the market analysis, have a look for this week. So we had a push on the markets, and an overall was around 1.5% or 2%, depending if you're looking to the Nasdaq or if you're looking to the SP 500. We have a sell-off of all the MEM stocks and some of the growth stocks that we're going to have a look right in a few moments, and we're going to start to see the earnings season. So now let's have a look. So what we're seeing here in terms of graph, it's the 5 days, the past 5 days, what happened. So in terms of the GameStop, we had a decrease here. In terms of AMC, we have a sell-off as well, Corsair as well, Palantir as well, Etsy. So this is not quite a mem stock, but they are some growth stocks that were pointed for some people. And in terms of Spotify as well, have a decline and have a sell-off during this week. So as you can see, all the growth stocks had a really big impact, and also have the impact on the SP 500. So as you can see, with the SP 500, we had a decrease of around 1.55%. And what's going to happen for this week is we're going to have an increase. I think we're going to reach the 4,400 probably. We're going to do some tests on that line. Or what worst could happen is we're going to test again the support around the 4,200, as we've done here in the past month. But the MACD tells us that we're going to have here a shift, and this shift from the bear to a bull market in the next upcoming week. So I think we're going to have a good week, probably not good as the 2 weeks ago, and I hope that my portfolio will grow another 2% next week, or 1.5. That will be great, because we have a big sell-off here, a big decline here of 1.5, when it's quite high to recovery in just 1 week. In terms of the BTC, as you can see, we have here a big head and shoulders. We are in the bottom of the shoulder, I don't know. So we have a lot of people saying that probably going to reach again the support at the 22,000s. I hope not, and the MACD tells us the opposite. So we're going to start to see now a bull market. So we have here bearish markets in the past week, and this now is shifting. Let's see if we're going to test again the 30k. So if we go down, we're going to reach the 22. So it's better you have money on your balance, so you can do some average and try to cut back your losses when the Bitcoin reach again the 35 or the 40k. What's going to happen now? We're going to test again the 30k. If the support goes below the 30k, then we're going to reach the new minimum, which is the support at the 22, as predicted. Again, we had a big sell-off of Bitcoin because of several factors. In the Philippines, were forbidden completely the Bitcoin, the mining of the Bitcoin, and we have some screenshots already about the destruction of some Bitminer machines, and this may cause also a sell-off on the Bitcoin. But I do think they are already starting to see some movement in terms of acquisitions of some buildings, like power plants and other warehouses, and people are starting to, especially in the United States, in Texas and other states, and also in other countries in Europe. So we're seeing some shift of those operations into those countries and those states. So we're going to have still an unstable coin for the next week or so until the operations come up and everything start to operate normally. So until then, we are going to have some oscillations, and probably we're going to reach the 22k. I hope not, but there's a big possibility. In terms of copy trade, you can copy all my trades by searching my nickname on the eToro by Knight, and you can copy all my open trades. Now it's a good opportunity, and I'm going to show you right now in this graph. So this is a comparison of my portfolio with the SP 500, Nasdaq 100, UK 100, and China, where I'm comparing my portfolio with the other indexes, where my portfolio has been affected by several factors. It has been in the top, and we still have the normal tendency of these indexes. But what happened and why my portfolio has been affected, not only because of the SP 500s, the only thing here that actually have growth in terms of my portfolio was the UK, and we were affected by China stocks like Alibaba and Tencent, which it's also involved in one of my ETFs, which is MSCI. And here we can see also the Nasdaq went down, the SP 500 went down. The only thing here that we had positive was the UK that went up a bit, and allow my portfolio to still be on the top of the other two indexes, which is the SP 500 and the Nasdaq. In terms of the BTC, it's not here represented because it's quite hard to represent because of the type of oscillation, but my portfolio was quite affected because of the Bitcoin as well, since my portfolio is exposed to 6% of the crypto. Now it's a good time to copy because we are seeing here the top lows, and we are going to buy some on the dip. So if you want to copy, now it's a good moment. You shouldn't copy me when the stock are here. We should copy always when the stock are down, and that is a good point when you should get in when you try to copy someone, me or someone else. In terms of the portfolio performance, we have a decrease of the US market in around 1.8%. My portfolio went around 2.3%, but still above the performance of the SP 500 and the Nasdaq. This was caused by the SP 500 went down and the Nasdaq went down, but also the Chinese markets went down, and also the Bitcoin went down in around almost 15% since the beginning of the month. So that's why my portfolio was quite impacted during this week, which I have some money in balance, which I intended to do some average and during this week to recover that money. That was supposedly lost, which of course is not lost because I didn't sold anything, and I only sell when I have profit, not in the loss. And of course, if I'm going to sell anything now, anyone who is copying me will have a loss, and that's not my intention. I will also want my copies to have profit. That's why you are copying me. Since inception, we had a growth of around 11.47%. So we had a decrease of 2 points since last week, as you can see. Since the last 2 months, we had a growth of 26.99%. So we have here a decline as well. In terms of the 5 top stocks, we have here Alibaba, but this was only in the last Friday that had a growth. Comparing to the sell-off that happened in Alibaba, 7.11% of growth, it's still not enough. So I'm hoping the stock to increase a little bit more in the next upcoming weeks or months. And we have a growth of Coca-Cola with 3.56%, British American Tobacco with 2.69%, Pfizer with 1.87%, and Unilever with 1.47%. So as you can see, I have 3 stocks here, actually 2 stocks here, that had a growth in the UK market. We have also IAG We had also a growth there, another stock on my portfolio that are from UK, and those stocks had some impact of my portfolio, and therefore my portfolio didn't went so low because of that. So diversity is quite important in your portfolio. In terms of actions during this week, we had AGNC with SDIV and Store in terms of payments. We didn't have new acquisitions. We had the open orders with SDIV, AGNC, and Realm. So these are averagings that I'm going to do during this week because they are around -5%. And so usually what I do is when they reach -5% or -10%, I intend to do some average. Until there, I don't do anything. And depending as well on the amount of value that I'm invested. If that stock represents 5% of my portfolio, I intend not to invest more. And when that happens, I'll try to sell some and buy new just to do some balance. In terms of close orders, I didn't have any close order. We still have some average in ARK this week. We still have the top payers. It's still AMZA. The top dividend yield, it's still QYLD with 11.99%, and still this month still maintains. In terms of the portfolio undervalued, so we had a decrease of the market in around 2%. So that's why my portfolio had the increase of undervalued of being undervalued in 45.7%, which we had 42 from last week, 33, almost 33. And the portfolio future growth is 4.6%. Of course, my future growth it's low because I don't have any of the growth stocks on my portfolio. That's why the future growth is low. But that was good because they went quite down, and I sold in the top highs in the past few weeks and the past month. In terms of the stock highest volatility, still Main, and the stock with lowest volatility, still Unilever. So now let's look into the spreadsheet. So if you are seeing this spreadsheet for the first time, the link is on the description, and here is where you can simulate my copy, where here I'm update this every single week at the end of at Friday, usually at the end of the market close. And we have here AGNC, which was paid this week, SDIV, which was paid this week and was paid for the first time, and we also have Store, which also paid this week. And here was everything that was already paid during this month, as you can see. And you can see here is how much you're going to gain per month. Here are the annual dividend yields and the percentage that you have on your portfolio when you start to copy me. Of course, you need to update those values so you can make it more accurate, the spreadsheet, and you can see how much you're going to receive actually per year, per month. And here is where you need to put your total amount of investments. Okay, once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week tips. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like. If you want to leave some comments, go ahead. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. I'm trying to do another section which I'm going to compare one of your portfolios. If you want to I can do some analysis on your portfolio and see what is the best and or not. This is what I'm going to do in the next upcoming weeks or so. Let's see how the things goes, if I'm going to have time for that. And once again, guys, thank you, and see you in 2 weeks because I'm going to take some holidays that I deserve, and I don't have more than 2 years. Yeah. So, okay, guys, cheers.